people at risk of serious disease and is placing a lot of pressure on our NHS. Once more, we must all stay home. If it is essential to go out, remember, wash your hands, cover your face indoors, and keep your distance from others. Vaccines give clear hope for the future, but for now, we must all stay home, protect the NHS, save lives.
The number of COVID patients is definitely going up. It's heartbreaking.
The patients this time are definitely sicker.
This is a real-life situation. This is serious.
We are seeing every day patients dying right in front of us.
I don't think that any of us realised just how challenging this wave was going to be.
When you have to tell somebody that you think this is the start of their lungs failing and that they're not going to get better, that is really, really heartbreaking.
We're doing everything to try and save them.
The worst time was 4 deaths in 2 hours.
It's atrocious, the worst any of us have ever seen.
It's a very dangerous disease.
The staff here have been really quite amazing.
They work long hours, but they just keep going. I don't know where they find their energy from.
24/7 care has just been out of this world, and we owe our NHS more than we can ever imagine.
If we don't do what we need to do, it's going to be here for a long time.
For those people who think this is not a serious illness,
They need to take a good look. This is as scary as it gets. My mum was one of the disbelievers and she's on the next floor up from here.
It's really terrible. I'm 38. I miss my family.
I really do understand that people are frustrated, and we've just got to keep going a little bit longer and follow the rules.
It's just really hurting people this time. It's very hard for everybody.
I saw so many people die here. It's heartbroken. It's very emotional for me.
Please do as we're asked. Wash your hands, wear your masks, keep a safe distance apart, and please, please do not go out unless you have to. If we don't do these things, people will continue to die.
stay at home, please stay at home.
And hopefully we'll get through this together.
Hi, my name is Abdul Sise. I work for the Infection Prevention and Control team. I work as a practice facilitator. I don't think any of our BIM colleagues should have any fear, significant fear, but any concerns, they can speak to other professional colleagues who has taken it to be well informed as opposed to following on what the myths about the vaccine is. The vaccines that are out there, it's safe, okay? And as we can see, there are no significant adverse effects that have been shared out there yet about the vaccine. And more importantly, it's going to save life.
If you're having credit problems, I feel bad for you, son. 1,000 problems, but a car ain't one. Wheels for sure, got me back in the car. Leasing with my credit, I was like, nah man, forget it. Who would've thought I'd be accepted and more? But now I got the keys, I feel so pleased. All types of cars, Fiats, Minis, Renaults, you know, boom, boom, let's go. Wheels for sure, car leasing for every credit score.
CAMJ Services Limited is an independent employment agency specialized in the placement of permanent, contract and temporary staffing across London, South East and the home counties.
We are passionate about the quality of staffs we provide.
We employ registered nurses, support workers and healthcare assistants.
We operate a corporate and professional practice within the healthcare sector with a personal touch.
Through our skilled workforce, we can support staffing shortage in a diverse range of settings.
CAMJ Services Limited is an expert in healthcare and understands the needs to provide a standard of excellence in a care agency.
We work alongside healthcare providers in hospitals, residential homes, local governments, and within the private sectors to support your team of employees.
We pride ourselves on responding to the individual needs of our clients on a 24-hour basis. Our mission is helping to deliver achieving success through people. Check our website or call us for more information.
Finally, you don't teach me how to let your time. I found you, I found love. Then be said true love was hard to find. Then on life, this love was hard to find. Now the love is tender, tender loving care. You just scatter me head, I don't go insane. Darling, finally, you don't tip me hot like Jota. Darling, finally, all in Bella, then go scatter. Darling, finally, no more cuckoo, jumuku. Darling, finally, you don't give me mama cola. Darling, finally, you don't tip me hot like Jota. Darling, finally, all in Bella, then go scatter. Darling,
It's nice. It's so nice, the bravest. 2021, I know one problem. 2021, all I need, give me success. 2021, I know one problem. 2021, all I need, give me good health. 2020 something about the year. I thank God I survived the year. 2021 will be my own year. Please Lord, hear my own cry. I wanna be the head, not the tail. Lord, please bless me with the grace I expect from nobody. Lord, please be my own body. I dey pray for well body, amen. I dey pray for boku money, amen. I dey pray for go overseas, amen. All my enemies go shame for me, amen. I dey pray for well body, amen. I dey pray for boku money, amen. I dey pray for go overseas, amen. All my enemies go shame for me, amen. 2021, I know one problem. 2021, all I need, give me success. 2021, I know one problem. 2021, all I need, give me good health. Lord have mercy, I don't want problem. Lord have mercy, I don't want trouble. Problem go away, eh. Trouble go away, eh. Sickness go away, eh. Jamfa go away, eh. This year I must make up. This year must get me on Range Rover, eh. This year the show go right. This year I must go overseas. Lord have mercy, Lord have mercy, Lord have mercy, Lord have mercy, oh yeah. 2021, I know one problem. 2021, all I need, give me success. 2021, I know one problem. 2021, all I need, give me good health. 2020 something about year. I thank God I survived the year. 2021 will be my own year. Please Lord, hear my own cry. I wanna be the head, not the tail. Lord, please bless me with the grace I expect from nobody. Lord, please be my own body.
Akrish on the mix.
It's a dedication to women in Sierra Leone, Africa, and to all women around the world. Fantastic. Masala tarani, masala tarani, masala tarani, parabina masala tarani, masala tarani, masala tarani, masala tarani, parabina masala tarani.
C'est papa, woman and they suffer, woman and they cry. Let me stop for them, can't stop for them. Let me stop for molest them. Oh mama, now we mama, then we mama, then now we sister, then oh yeah, then now we woman, then do ya, then we respect them.
Then go busy we so take, then go cause we so take, then go treat we like I say. We said no to much some day. The world is big enough for all of us, so let's make make it a better place for women and girls. We women, we can be anything we want to be. If we put we mind there, we women are strong. Masala tarani, masala tarani, masala tarani, paravina masala tarani, masala tarani, masala tarani, masala tarani, paravina masala tarani.
The papa woman and they suffer, woman and they cry. Then I will stop for it, can't stop for it. I will stop for molesting. Oh mama, man, we mama, then I will sister, then oh yeah, then I will woman, then we are, make we respect them. When I can remember Anna and remember Aisha, to God, what I get on me eye. When I remember how they die, oh mama, I think about their deaths. Anna, Papa, I still they cry. Can't thinking for better. Now we for support them. Now we for push them for make things go fine.
Masala tarani, masala tarani, masala tarani, paravina masala tarani, masala tarani, masala tarani, masala tarani, paravina masala tarani.
The papa woman and they suffer, woman and they cry. Then I will stop for it, can't stop for it. I will stop for molesting. Oh mama, man, we mama, then I will sister, then oh yeah, then I will woman, then we are, make we respect them.
Masala ani willy ani ba, masala ani willy ani ba, masala ani willy. Dunya masala ani willy ani ba, masala ani willy ani ba, masala ani willy ani ba, masala ani willy. Dunya masala ani willy ani ba, masala tarani, masala tarani, masala tarani, paravina masala tarani, masala tarani. Masala tarani, masala tarani, paravina masala tarani.
The papa woman and they suffer, woman and they cry. Then I will stop for it, can't stop for it. I will stop for molesting. Oh mama, man, we mama, then I will sister, then oh yeah, then I will woman, then we are, make we respect them.
Masala tarani, masala tarani, masala tarani, paravina masala tarani, masala tarani, masala tarani, masala tarani, paravina masala tarani.
The papa woman and they suffer, woman and they cry. Then I will stop for it, can't stop for it. I will stop for molesting. Oh mama, man, we mama, then I will sister, then oh yeah, then I will woman, then we are, make we respect them.
Yeah, man. Rosette, Mahmoud. Hey, Baba. Once I know say, me love you one. See I know, yeah. Once I know say, me love you go on. See I know go fear.
At first them say me no liability. They go to the point that say me a lucky. I break and see where I don't break free. I shine like a sun in a big legacy. No blame me. No papa God in blessing it's me. Oh I say believe me. And not to juju I said that it's me. So when I been that wrong, nobody no me care for me. Now we don't rise up. They still want for make up for do. When I'm in that wrong, nobody no be want for see me. Now we don't rise up. Hey, they still want for make up for do. Hey, I want for tell on the bell at the same then go talk to them time. I want for tell on the rich man then say I'm gonna be defender. Let them let them talk, some man they pray for and then begin them be me. Let them let them talk, I like what they talk, they no go ever be me. Now I'm saying troubles go come, troubles go go on me and okay. I like what they say, I like what they do me and I go fair. by me, I go surely make them. Now that's not me prayer. Oh, once I know say me life they go on, say I go care. Oh, once I know say me life they go on, me I no go fair.
Hey girl, say, guy, so why you for hate me? When me papa na heaven elect me, elect you juju affect me. I dey shine like a star, come embrace me. Yeah, I'm the apple of his eyes. It's not right for me, God they cry. Not pulling me out because me papa he always lie. I'm a shining star, nothing can put me down. I'm a shining star, will always be around.
Troubles will come, troubles go over me, I don't care. I like what they say, I like what they do, me I no go fair. Once got there by me, I go surely make them. Now that's not me prayer. Oh, once I know say me life they go on, say I go care. Oh, once I know say me life they go on, me I no go fair. Above the level just to give me fame. And now so many people in the lake complain. I bully, I live my life easy. One day at a time, I go kick my game. Aye, now who that go stop me? When me papa give me bulldozer for bulldozer on me enemy, yeah. Now who that way go stop me? Say, I lift my hands up and thank Jehovah for giving me fame. Aye, I lift my hands up and thank him over again. So give me coolie, one day at a time, oh. So coolie, one day at a time, oh. Troubles go come, troubles go over me, I don't care. I like what they say, I like what they do, me I no go fair. Once got there by me, I go surely make them. Now that's not me prayer. Oh, once I know say me life they go on, say I go care. Oh, once I know say me life they go on, me I no go fair.
If you want success, it's not easy, yeah. You get for work from 7 to 5, just forget your daily bread, just to make you survive. Life, yeah. If you want success, it's not easy, yeah. You get for work from 7 to 5, just forget your daily bread, just to make you survive. Ta open it, ta open it, ta open it, more, ta open it, ta open it, ta open it, ta open it, more, ta open it. There are funny things about life. Your huggy should be sharper than knife. Believe in yourself and nature will provide. Cause once I go this up I must survive. There are funny things about life. Your huggy should be sharper than knife. Believe in yourself and nature will provide. Cause once I go this up I must survive. Respect my hustle. Hey, my hustle. I go respect your hustle. My hustle. Life, yeah. If you want success, it's not easy, yeah. You get for work from 7 to 5, just forget your daily bread, just to make you survive. Life, yeah. If you want success, it's not easy, yeah. You get for work from 7 to 5, just forget your daily bread, just to make you survive. Ta open it, ta open it, ta open it, more, ta open it, ta open it, ta open it, ta open it, more, ta open it. Life, yeah. Put up money, life, yeah. Life not easy at all, oh, yeah. Mama they vex, Papa no they put up money. Respect my hustle, hey, my hustle. I go respect your hustle, my hustle. Life, yeah. If you want success, it's not easy, yeah. You get for work from 7 to 5, just forget your daily bread, just to make you survive. Life, yeah. If you want success, it's not easy, yeah. You get for work from 7 to 5, just forget your daily bread, just to make you survive. Ta open it, ta open it, ta open it, more, ta open it, ta open it, ta open it, ta open it, more, ta open it.
Solo's beat. Someone look me, think them hates me, them not to God. Thank you for loving me. Me na lioness, me na eagle, and no go for dawn. Greater is he that is in me. In love, not so take go. In the mouth, always up in air. Me self guide, you na bomba. Bomba, bomba, eh. Me secret keep high, you know me, bomba, eh. Yeah, yeah. Bomba, bomba, eh. Day by day, I wake with prosperity. You bless me, family. Where they smile, he they pin them. I just they celebrate. I just they elevate. He they pain them. He they pain them. Look them the money. He aribaku. Me se kaida. You na bomba. Yeah, yeah. Bomba, bomba. Me secrets keep high. You na me bomba. Yeah, yeah. Bomba, bomba.
Them I go able for put me down. Oh, Papa God, the day by me side. Them I go able for put me down. Oh, Papa God, na inna me guide. I'm making the dollar and the pounds so bounce. People are dancing my sound, my sound. I don't take over the town, the town. Papa God, don't give me the crown.
Me se kaida, you na bomba. Yeah, yeah. Bomba, bomba, eh. Me secrets keep high, you know me, bomba, eh. Yeah, yeah. Bomba, me leave. Where they smile, he they pin them. I just they celebrate. I just they elevate. He they pain them. He they pain them. Look them the money. He aribaku. Me se kaida, you na bomba, yeah, yeah. Bomba, bomba, me secrets keep high, you na me bomba, yeah, yeah. Bomba, bomba,
Them I go able for put me down. Oh, Papa God, the day by me side. Them I go able for put me down. Oh, Papa God, na inna me guide. I'm making the dollar and the pounds so bounce. People are dancing my sound, my sound. I don't take over the town, the town. Papa God, don't give me the crown.
me se kaida, you na bomba, yeah, yeah. Bomba, bomba, me secrets keep high, you know me, bomba, yeah, yeah. Bomba, bomba,
Innocent on the mix.
When you talk about a female MC in Sierra Leone, a small girl with a big one. Ladies and gentlemen at home, help me welcome Empress D, representing Wings Entertainment.
now what team I go gain if you leave and not live a life? See them go talk, then talk, but at the end you go realize. same I we go laugh to you. Not the same I we go stab you back. See them go talk, then go shout to Sana. Let them back go say crucify. You rich man knocking they far away, far away. But daddy God not a motor money. Then me wish me life go shatter slowly. But Jehovah you change me story. You take me from nothing now to something. Now when the sun when we go then they come in. Small God with a big God, oh. 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 If you also sell you streets, no go buy you. Eh. If they don't want you pots and the oil, no go fry you. Eh. I saw the wall on there. I'm on the look over his shoulder. Even though they will make it fall, thank God you will stand strong. Yeah. You wish me life go shatter slowly. But Jehovah, you change me story. You take me from nothing now to something. Now when the sun when we go, then they come in. Small God with a big God, oh. 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 You rich man knocking they far away, far away. But daddy God not a motor money. Then me wish me life was shatter slowly. But Jehovah you change me story. You take me from nothing now to something. Now when the sun when we go then it come.
The scene we make this thing possible, and he's the CEO, director, and he's everything. So once again, I just want to welcome you all to the program tonight. As we all done, the Prime Minister actually don't talk. The long awaiting announcements where everybody be look forward to don't happen this night. And for a lot of parents, a lot of aunties and uncle, guardians, I believe say the most important take-home message on that announcement is the fact that kids are going back to school. I believe say is the most important one, where if you ask anybody, you ask any parent, they will tell you, listen, if they ask you for one thing now that you actually want the government to do for you is what? They will tell you, I just want to let the picking and go back to school because we're tired of the homeschooling. Is something that we cannot keep up with, the headache, the arguments and everything. So on that message there's a lot of things where people are not happy with. But for me, the most important one is the fact that the kids are going back to school, and the July one, lifting the travel bans and all that. For me, that's the most important one. I don't know about you guys, but for me, that is the most important one. Mixing outdoors and all that, honestly, no, it's not important. Those are the two most important ones. So, and I believe say everybody happy. Some people are happy, some people are not happy. So, but I mean, it is what it is. But again, I just want to say plenty thank you for una left on a busy schedule and for making possible tonight on this program. Right. The main thing why we're here tonight is talking about the vaxxer versus anti-vaxxer. So people and they will actually agree or disagree. So tonight we're here to just have an open conversation. We get a few people away, NHS practitioner there, where at least then will able educate you a little bit on places that where we stop or things that we need for know.
But before I go further and then bring them in, I would like for introduce me me engineer when nobody else, DJ Little, aka the Moses of Salon. Welcome to the program, sir. Over to you, DJ Little.
Okay. People them una kushe una kabo kabo. Una welcome to the program. Welcome to another edition of Diaspora Voices. As me the way we find past me and told past me small no more and don't introduce you the program this now and vaxxers versus anti-vaxxers. We want to hear from you. And yes, so today don't be Monday the 22nd of February. Before you know it, in the next couple of days, some of we then they get paid, some of we get for wait till the end of the month, some of we not get that opportunity today right now no more because the places of work they don't lock down, they don't shut down because of this deadly pandemic. So I want to take this opportunity as well for saying we heard and we thought they reach out sooner at this very, very challenging time where the struggles really, really is real, as so to speak. Some of we don't lost with brothers and we sisters them, we parents them, and we loved ones them and friends them to this deadly pandemic disease. Again, we thoughts and we pray as they reach out to not only the disease, to also the family them as well, where they bereaved at this time as well. But more importantly, we brothers and we sisters, and we don't take the time for joining at this program tonight. I want to equally share the same sentiments and say we welcome una kushe una kabo kabo, and una feel free for let we share we own stories them one way or the other. If I reach there, I will tap on this junction box for now and hand over back to the man himself, the coordinator DJ Ish.
Thank you, DJ Little. Thank you. And once more again, I want to welcome we guest them. And I would actually like for ask we guest them how una they do, because I mean we don't get that caring or concern that much. Some people then you see them, they go up and down, but you don't even know. We're not fortunate for even see them or ask them because it's been a while. The faces that what they see right now, and then I believe say some of them from March last year I was see them up to this time. I not even see them. So I just want to ask we guess them how una they do. I mean, we can start from Maria to just a brief, message. How are you?
I'm really, really good. Really, really good. I'm grateful. Lockdown, to be honest, it don't teach me a lot, but just value yourself and like yourself because wow. Like for some people, when are you one in a house or whatever, I got me two picking them, spending so much time with me picking and getting to know them, getting to build the bond and just being a mom, just building on that because in the beginning, one is 1.5, then the other are 2.5. So it's just mommy constantly all day around. But you know what? I love it. And I haven't been like, people say, oh, I'm bored or I'm lonely or I'm this. I haven't had any of that because I make do with what I get, My family, they like not far from me also, but still, this is my own little cocoon. I don't make do with targets. There's no point of, oh, I stress this. Because if I stress, how am I going to look after my kids? So to be honest with you, I'm grateful. So I'm in a good space. I'm really good. I'm well.
Right. Thank you for that. Thank you for that brief introduction there. Bridget, would like to hear from you. How are you, Bridget? How are you?
Ish, I'm fine.
Yeah. You look fine, girl.
yeah. We've been doing fine. I've been shielding, but I've shielded my son, but we've been fine. Just like Mariette said, it's like it really teaches you the value of family. You get to know your kids, spend time with them. You do so much with them. I don't bake. I'm so lucky I've got a 20-year-old daughter that can, because constantly my son wants to bake. So she's been doing that. So, but you've got the bonding, and I go running as well with these guys. So we've been keeping fit as well, not just sitting at home eating, but we've been doing something. But we thank God, we're grateful we're still here. Some people are not fortunate enough to be here. So let's be grateful.
Right. Thank you. Thank you. Thank you. Over to you, Magdalene. How are you, Magdalene? How are you?
Yeah, sorry. Yeah, sorry. Yeah, well, so far, I've been all right, actually. Just say thanks to God for the life. It's not been easy, obviously, especially for us that are actually working in the front line within the NHS. It's been very, very overwhelming, very, very tiring. But yeah, I just say thanks to God for myself, my family, and everything. It's been constantly busy with work, sleep, just have rest. Yeah, there's not really much. And then obviously jogging with you guys as well. But overall, it's been good so far.
Right. Thank you. Thank you. Thank you. HB, how are you?
Hi everyone. Yeah, I'm feeling good. Well, I should say thank God. Nothing much to say, but just thank God for life. That's all.
Good. That's the most important thing, right?
Yep.
Right. Thank you. Thank you. Thank you very much. BCB, how are you? How are you? How are you? BCB, how are you? Well, I think he's not there. She's not there. Mambalu, how are you? Okay. D. Vincent, how are you?
Hi, everybody. I'm good. I'm doing well.
Okay.
Everything's been fine so far. I've been working right through the lockdown. So,
wow.
However, I have done a lot around people's well-being, welfare, mental health, and stuff like that. So it's been good. Not too bad.
Thank you. Thank you. Thank you. Thank you. Thank you. Biola, how are you? Hello. Biola, how are you?
Please.
Okay. Why? Why? Thank you, guys. Thank you for that short I would say those short, brief messages, just checking on you guys, how you guys are doing, how we've been, and all that. Thank you very much. Why? This brings us to the very important thing I will all there for. I mean, a lot of una don't take the vaccine. Some people and they're they don't want to take them. They're a bit skeptical and get their own thinking about the whole thing. Why? I will go to Mariatu first because I know say you don't take the vaccine. And what's your experience?
So basically, I did work for the local council. I work for vulnerable children and families. But before we went into lockdown, I think March, I was on maternity leave anyway. So I didn't go back to work until November last year. So like we'll go back now. Now we head of service, apply for we. So like within like 2 days, we back and say, oh yeah, your team can come and take the vaccine or whatever. But there was like a series of questions where they get for ask, like your age, your full name, your date of birth, your any medical history that you might have, family stuff, your NHS number. So I was thinking, okay, why are they asking all this? So I talked to my manager, I said, why do you need all these details? So he tell me, so I get all in. So like within like an hour, I get a message to say, okay, you can book your vaccine, your shot. I thought, oh, that's good. But before I do that, Andy, I thought, I talk to me people in Fosba. So I find out if I don't take out. As big as I am, I talked to my papa, who's also a frontline worker. I talked to your mom, also a frontline worker. I said, Papi, don't take him. So I asked her, I said, okay. I said, what do you take? You said, I take the Pfizer. I said, okay. I said, how you feel? He said, oh, I'm fine. Nothing happened. I thought, oh, cool. My mama in back, she's on a queue to take it. So I thought, okay. So I talked to other like health professionals, they were all in at Reading. A few of them don't take them and they were fine. But as well as talking to them, I also did my research. Okay, what's the success rate of this vaccine? What are the pros and what are the cons and things like that? And then which I've been really know what are the side effects. Because being a mom of two under twos, I thought, I know one can take something where I can't look after the kids. And me people and they the other side of Reading. I thought, okay. I thought, you know what? I did my research. I just thought, God, I'm in your hands. I'm going for it. So anyway, I go. So my colleagues, everybody don't take them before me. I asked, I say, which one did you take? They say Pfizer. Because the reason why I'm asking these questions to my colleagues, because people and they say, oh, well, then they give away people them different one to ethnic minorities. I thought, so I asked, I said, which one did you take? So like, they were don't go before me, take the Pfizer. I thought, oh, good, fine. Why go there? Now I asked the guy. Now I said, do you mind if I just video this and take a photo? I said, because I would like to encourage people, especially ethnic minorities, to go and take the vaccine. So he said, yeah, sure. Like literally, Ishmael, it was in, out. I thought, oh, you finished? Like in, out. That was it. In, out, you know. So I kind of also, I don't feel anything. I was fine. Maybe within like a few hours, my hand begin hurts, but that was it. No chills, no.
So no side effects.
No side effects. Nothing. I didn't have nothing.
Okay.
I've had my vaccine now, it's probably like a month now, and I'm absolutely fine. No symptoms or anything. Strong, fine, no sneezing or anything. So I'm grateful. We just wait now for the second message, but we'll take the second dose. But
so you're not changed, still not the same Maria, because people
I'm still me, still bold, still, you know, got own hair in different places and things like that. So, you know, I don't change color, I don't change to man, so I'm okay. You know, but honestly, guys, I would literally encourage anybody to go and take this. And also as well, if you can encourage just one person no more. Like one me auntie, she was literally, I'm not taking it. And then they do because they want to do this, blah, 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 whatever, blah, blah, blah. And she's got an underlying health issue. I said, listen, then people ask, no, can you anything? We're going to eradicate people. They can't do that. Not anymore, not in this day and age. They won't do that. I said, for your own health and for you picking them, and you're working with vulnerable people, go take your vaccine. So luckily, he asked in GP, and GP said, yeah. Now me self drive him, I go with him. That the place there. I wait for her and say, don't take him vaccine. I drive and go back now. And she's fine. The only thing the hand they ask, that's it. Obviously, we're all different. We're all immune system different. People react to things differently. But all I can say is, think about long term. Think about, you want to see you picking them. You know, you want to just live life, because this is not life. Being cooped up, stuck indoors, it's not life. The kids need to go out. They need to be educated. I just say, yeah, I'm a parent. My kids, they're beginning to go nursery anyway, because frontline worker, I have to work. So I'm grateful in that sense. My kids go to nursery still. But I just say for when they teach them beginning that, when I don't fed up, you know, and I'm sure the kids as well, they're fed up. They need to go, you know. So take a vaccine. You got nothing to lose, but a lot to gain. Yeah, you might feel a bit aches and pains for a couple of days, but nothing for handle, you know. So go for it. I'm healthy, I'm fine, I'm well, energetic, I'm good.
Thank you for that. Thank you. Over to you, DJ Little. I know you want to say something for Adion Small.
Sorry, apologies for that. I'm working behind the scene, you know. I wish you can say to me, well, now in the next, when Maria today come, I'll bring in DJ Little. That's how you prep me, you see, because my head is down.
You need to pay attention. You need to pay attention, mate.
They try to set me up deliberately, but it's okay, you know. I mean, a small guy with a big God, you know, it's fine. Keep carrying on, you know what I mean? So, like, when Mariachi is talking or the speaker is talking, and you're going to bring me in that 5 minutes, because Mariachi took about 11 minutes from a 2-minute conversation.
Like, well, I don't help you, small Rob. Come on now. Chop.
Is it not 11 minutes? It's not you, Mariachi, it's him. So he had another 9 minutes to have prepared me. Instead of preparing me, he just dropped me right in there. Thanks, Ish. Anyway, I just want to say, you made some really, really salient points there. But for me personally, I will share my own personal story later on. But I think, Ish, to be fair, it's good to let's hear from all the speakers then, if they can just give their quick overview of their own short story. Then you can come to me later, because I'm still selling the program on the other side. Is that all right?
All right, okay. I'll move over to Bridget. Bridget, I just want to know, are you a vaxxer or anti-vaxxer?
I'm in the middle.
Why?
Okay, I just received, I think it was on Friday, that I received the text.
Okay.
I'm not against vaccine because I do flu jab every year, but it's just that I need more information for empower me because, if I have to take it, I'll take it. I'm not against it because at the end of the day, your life is more important than which you call go lay down at hospital with all the machine. So at the end of the day, I just need more information, but I'm willing to take it because I've got a child with underlying issues where I get for protect anyway. So yeah, so I'm not anti-vaxxer.
Okay.
Yeah, I just need to
thank you.
get more information. Like I'm hearing from people now, and I need to know which one are the best because some people are saying one is better than the Oxford is better. I don't know, so it's just more information.
Okay, thank
Bridget,
you.
so how you feel for say you get that information the way you would need for kind of
for my GP?
Yeah. Okay.
I need to come in
Yeah,
GP. Yeah.
absolutely.
Okay. All right. Thank you, Bridget. Can we hear from BCB, please? What's your take? Okay, if BCB is not there, can we hear from Vincent, please? What's your take? What's your take so far?
For me, I don't think there's any problem in taking it, although I haven't taken it yet. It's so unfortunate that when at work, they're offering the leftovers. I've never been at work. However, yes.
I like that. That's a good one.
I like that.
It depends on your shift because usually,
Vincent,
they don't.
can I just interject you quickly? Just quickly, what do you mean by leftovers?
You know when they take the vaccines out of the fridge, they don't refreeze them. So, yes. And obviously whatever is left, they start calling people who's at work. So that's what I'm saying, the leftovers, because we're not entitled to getting the vaccine yet. So in effect, that's why I'm saying leftovers. Remember growing up, we all had like measles and MMR and what have you. And, we were not this advanced in medical stuff and what have you. And you have a lot of people complaining or saying they're not taking it. But back then, you're taking it. In fact, you're taking it somewhere in Africa where you cannot even sue if something goes wrong. And then, you know what I mean? So there are a lot of issues. There are a lot of things around that. I know people are saying that, cancer has been around for this long, or AIDS has been around for this long, and they haven't found a vaccine for those. How come they've managed to find a vaccine for COVID and all sorts? But they're still working on it. They're still trying, they're still working on it. So that's my own take.
Okay, thank you. All right, can I bring in Leo, please? What's your own take on the vaccine? Are you willing to take the vaccine if they offer you the vaccine, or you're still thinking?
I have taken my first dose, to be honest.
Wow, okay.
And
tell us your experience.
Yeah, I'm fine. I'm really, really good.
You're still the same, yeah? Nothing changed?
Nothing, absolutely nothing. I took the phaser, yeah. So I had only like pains.
Okay.
I took it on the right arm. So I had pains. I had to take paracetamol. I was good on the day. That was towards the evening. And I went to work. I took paracetamol again the other day, and it was fine. And the third day, nothing. So for me, I'm good.
Leo, can I just ask a quick question there, please?
Yeah.
So what was the reason for you taking the vaccine? What were the reason behind it? Was it due to work pressure?
Yeah, work. I work mainly. Yeah, I work mainly with kids and kids with respiratory problems. So with my knowledge, they can pass it on to me if they do have it. So for my own safety and my family safety, I think it's best. Yeah, so I took it. I've taken so many vaccines. I've been taking the flu vaccines. I've taken so many vaccines and I haven't had any issues. So I know the time is short, but I'm thinking of the long run. And I've seen so many things in the hospitals, and I don't want to wish it upon myself or any member of my family. So if I'm given the choice, as I've been given, I've taken it.
Brilliant. Thank you.
Thank
You're
you.
welcome.
Thank you. Why? Can I bring in HB? What's your take on this vaccine, please?
Yeah, hi, yeah. I've taken the vaccine already.
Oh, okay.
Yeah, I took the AstraZeneca one, and the main reason why I took it, I work in a care home, and by the moment I'm on maternity leave as well. And I think for me personally, it's okay. Although
no side effects, nothing at all.
Although I was feeling slightly headache and pain in the arm as well, but nothing at all.
Wow, that's brilliant, brilliant, brilliant.
Interesting. Again, here we see, obviously, we were to assume that obviously now that you're on maternity leave, obviously you would have had the baby before now that you've taken the vaccine, because if you're pregnant, you're not expected to have been taking the vaccine. So you would be a young mother. Are we to assume that? HB, if you could just unmute, please. Yeah, I think she's very engaged. Yeah. Are we to assume that you've had the baby?
Oh, yeah, the baby is 1 year old now.
Okay, so well done.
Yeah, but I hope to go to work back the ending of this month.
Okay, fantastic. So you've mentioned a few reasons why you've obviously had to take the vaccine. What we're trying to find out there is interesting ish. A lot of the panelists that we got seems to be vaxxers or people that want to find out more. So you've had from Bridget says, look, I'm not against it. I want to take it, but I want to find out a little bit more information. I want to do my own digging. I want to do my own research to ensure that before I can commit to the vaccine. But if I have to, because of personal reason, I will take it. It'll be interesting for those of the people that are watching us live on social media right now. If you're watching us and you are an anti-vaxxer, we're not here. We want you to come out and tell us the reason why are you an anti-vaxxer. If you're somebody that you're not really interested in taking the vaccine, it doesn't mean that you are not you are against the system or the establishment. Maybe you have very valid reasons why you're not keen on taking the vaccine. So come out there and then share your story with us, or you can share your story live on social media with us now on the comments, where you can send your comments. But it will be good for us to have you here so that we can have a balanced and a well-informed conversation, as opposed to just having most of our brothers, our sisters. And again, you know, everybody you probably notice on this panel, in this meeting, are all women. You know what I mean? That includes myself and you as women. so we need to understand, where are all the brothers? Are there no brothers in the United Kingdom? Are there no Selenian men? And
they're on lockdown. They're on lockdown.
Me, you just stand out there. We say we're advocating for men. We're flying the flag for men. We want men talking. And tonight, of all nights that we need the men to come out and talk, that's the night that they've decided to give their phones to their wives for the first time, and their girlfriend. They've left their phones to their wives, so they can't talk anymore. So I just rest it. So anyway, can I bring Biola at Robert, please? Biola, if you're there, do you want to tell us the reason? Have you taken the vaccine, or have you not? And will you be taking it? Is Biola there? Okay, do we not have Biola there? Who have we not had from yet?
Can we bring in Maggie, please?
Let's hear from Magdalene. Magdalene, are you a vaxxer or an anti-vaxxer?
Or have you taken the vaccine?
Oh, sorry. Let me just unmute. Yeah.
Hello? Yeah.
We can hear you.
Yeah, well, I'll say I'm kind of like, just like what Bridget was saying, I'm just neutral, really, I'll say. I'm not against it. Right at the moment, I'm not really for it. I haven't had the vaccine yet. Even though the other day my matron was saying, "Oh, Maggie, can you go and have your vaccine?" I said, "Oh, no, because I just need, even though I work within the NHS, I just need more evidence. I just need more proof because most of those things you need to. It takes a while for you to kind of like know the actual success rate of the vaccine itself. So that's the reason why I'm a bit skeptical about the whole thing. Maybe in the near future I might take it, but I just want to get that full fact because looking back, sometimes medicines in general, it takes a while for the medicines to be developed, for them to get all to put all the data together, being able to know exactly how effective it's gonna be, like the effect of it. But at the moment, come on, it's just been 3 months. You can't tell me that yeah, it's gonna be 100% successful or not. So yeah, because of that, I'm kind of like a little bit skeptical about the whole thing. I know probably in the near future they might say, because even today on the news they were saying that all workers within the NHS should actually take it. I don't know whether you had that on the news,
Yes.
so in the future I might, but at the moment, no, I don't really want to take it now, because I know, because I'm just scared. I'm not gonna lie, I'm just a little bit scared for the time being.
But do you deal with COVID patients?
Oh yes, I do. I've been doing that since. I look after COVID patients. I do.
So are you not even scared that you're putting yourself at risk?
Well, I am scared, but obviously, even walking on the street, you're at risk. On the bus, you're at risk of catching the virus. It doesn't mean when you're actually within the environment itself, you are kind of, I would say, protected because you put on the right personal protective equipment. I've got my mask on, I've got my gloves on and everything. I know that I have to wash my hands and stuff like that. You can actually catch the virus anywhere. You can catch it in the supermarket. It doesn't have to be just in the hospital. I look after COVID patients. I've been looking after COVID patients even like right from the very start. But for me, I just said to myself, yeah, maybe I'm kind of like immune now because yes, even though at the initial state I was, how do I say? I stayed home for like 2 weeks because obviously one of my family member was experiencing like a symptoms and stuff like that, So I had to like shade for like 2 weeks and then I went back to work. But it's okay. I think you just get used to it. Coronavirus is just something that we're just gonna be used to. It's gonna be out there in the community, just like when we have other viruses, like we have the flu virus, we've got MRSA in the hospital. It's gonna be around. All we have to do is just know what you have to do. Wash your hands, like when you come home, you have to wash your hands thoroughly, making sure that you're not, if you're sneezing, you make sure you cover your mouth, in the right way, just not to kind of like put you in a scenario, like in a situation where you are actually like, you are more at risk of catching the virus. I don't know whether you understand.
Okay. I think Magdalene has made some good points, Ish. But what I want to try and find out, not necessarily from Magdalene, but from our panelists as well. I take it. I can't see because some of the people, your images are not activated, and I want to say thank you first of all to both Bridget and Maria too, that are not very shy and actually showing their image. That's what we want to see. We want to see people revealing themselves because this is a conversation. If we're in a conference hall, we will not be saying, okay, let me just take black bag and put it over my face so that nobody not going to see my face inside the parlor. But because we're having a meeting, we're having a conversation, let's reveal our beautiful faces, people, and that way we are able to have a very well-informed conversation. But I want to direct this for some of the panelists here tonight seems to be in healthcare workers. Based on what I've had Magdalene is saying, obviously there is a couple of things that I'm picking up. She said, obviously she's scared. Obviously she's saying the other thing is if you follow on the correct protocols, even though she works within the healthcare environment, if you do the right thing by constantly performing the correct hand hygiene opportunities and wearing the appropriate PPE at all times and changing them as frequently as you can, that's enough to be able to make yourself feel protected. My question would be now to Magdalene and other healthcare workers. Now, today we had, this evening we had Boris Johnson saying over 17.7 million people has already been vaccinated. is that not an opportunism enough to say, well, look, even though I'm a healthcare worker, I have all this concern. If 17.7 million people, and among the 17.7 million people, half of them are non-healthcare workers who are vulnerable elderly people, which you as healthcare workers, and I'm personalizing it too. I'm just saying for the healthcare workers, the frontline workers like Maria too, and others like Leo that is here as well. Is that not enough for healthcare workers to say, you know what, we don't have to say that it's a surprise that the vaccine has been developed for just 3 months. Yes, and even tonight, the government was celebrating it. You have Sir Patrick Balance, Professor Chris Whitty, they were both saying, look, this has never been done. It's a world beater, it's a world record breaker to develop a vaccine within a 12-month period. And somebody touched on, well, how come they've not found the cure for cancer? If I may just touch and say, well, cancer is actually something that is, well, you can't equate them together. Cancer is not a virus. It's a disease, and there are so many multiple hundreds and tens of cancer that can be found within the system. But at the minute, there's only one coronavirus. And even though we're seeing different variants that are evolving, it's a virus. And a virus means you can live with the virus, you can have it, it's a shorter period of time. And yes, you have people with underlying disease or other infections that may have that may become affected by the virus for a longer period of time, and obviously tragedy can happen. However, to equate coronavirus to cancer and the finding of the cure of cancer, it's not a well-balanced, informed conversation. But let's hear from other panelists. And I think I would want Maria to, I've got Bridget's hands up. I want to see Maria and Bridget have a conversation, because Bridget, as a mom of a young person, a young child who's got other underlying health risk, would you want a healthcare worker who you know, now that the vaccine is open, to care for your child, or would you not want that person to care for your child if you knowingly know that this healthcare worker has refused to take the vaccine? So let's come to Bridget. Then I would want to hear from Maria to have a conversation with another healthcare worker who has doubts.
Okay. Obviously, like you said, I've got a young child who is my son is sickle cell, is 8, he's going to be 9 next month, right? And at the moment he's even having transfusion, right? So is at risk, you know. But the point is, I will understand Magdalene's situation right now, even though she's out there, right? What we need to realize is when those things started, there's so many scaremongering that has been going on about the effect of this vaccine. You've got young people who've not had children. They're talking about some kind of fertility problems later in life. You understand? So if somebody is in that position, they have to think about your future. So there are so many things that are going on. Yeah, it's 3 months, we don't know what is the after effect. You understand? She is in that environment, but like she said, she's taking other precautions. And I think you guys are tested every other day or something at the hospital,
Yes.
Yeah, it would be nice, for people to take it when you're well informed, when you know, as like, what is going to happen to me in the near future? For me, I've had 2 kids, so I can go on and take it because I know, it's like, what is fertility to me now? But if somebody has not had children, because there are so many concerns that are going on, when they had the polio vaccine, so many people were like, they had deformity years ago. Not so?
Mm-hmm. Yeah.
So if the government is able to educate people, to know that, oh yeah, there are these, obviously for any vaccine, there are going to be side effects.
There are risks.
There are risks. And people are entitled to think about your future, but with more education and more encouragement, I think we'll get there. Me personally, if when I go to you're in Kings, when I go there, most of these girls that look after my son, they're young. Most of them have not had kids. You understand? Because there is this point has come up, something about fertility. Am I lying?
Yeah, you're right. You're totally right.
Yeah. So if somebody is that young, they've not had children, and they've got something like that to think about in the near future, do you think they're entitled to say no?
You're absolutely right. And like I said, the conversation is not about one, and you've made some really, really salient points. And it's not about Magdalene's, and this is why we're having this conversation, just to put it.
No, I'm not saying about Magdalene, just like I said to you.
Stories from different people. But it's interesting. But I'm going to hand over back to DJ Ish now. I think he wants to bring in other members, other panelists.
Right, thank you. Thank you, Magdalene, thank you, Bridget, and thank you, Maria too. Let's hear from Emma. I know you've been following the program and all that. So what's your take on the whole conversation? Are you in favor, or have you taken the vaccine, or you're still thinking of, whether you're going to take it or not?
Firstly, good evening. I was in and out. I had to log out briefly. I've had the vaccine.
Okay.
My brother sitting there, Mr. Little, was sort of my support with it because I was very anxious before I took the vaccine.
Wow.
I work on the front line, and the majority of my colleagues started taking the vaccine from December, and we were getting the reminders about taking it, and I was just very on the fence and still trying to research, trying to look into it. But I think there's something to say for, in the end, I just decided, what have I got to lose? I understand that people are saying, okay, hasn't been out long enough, or people haven't taken it long enough to know what the long-term side effects are. But I think when I was doing my research, and it's a personal choice, when I was doing my research, I was looking at the properties in the types of vaccines that were available, and the main two types at the moment are the Pfizer and the Oxford AstraZeneca. And because the makeup of the Oxford was similar to the flu vaccine, which I've taken for years now and haven't had any significant side effects, I felt I will go with that instead. But that's my personal choice, and I'm sure people might have reasons to say, actually, there are differences. You still have to wait for, more research or more evidence about the side effects of the Oxford vaccine. But that was my choice, and I went for it. Once I made a decision to book, I think I just released all my anxieties and fear, and said, I've made the choice. I'm just going to go for it. And I think for me, again, my faith came into it as well as a believer. I just said, this is the decision I've taken. And I just pray that it's God that led me to that decision, and see how I go. I think eventually a lot of the naysayers or the anti-vaxxers are going to take it eventually. And that was one of the reasons as well I went ahead, because I think I was going to take it, but waiting around for the evidence, waiting around for more research, I think it's a personal choice. I just went ahead and did it.
Thank you, Emma. Thank you for that. I think all our panelists here tonight, majority have taken the vaccine so far, Right, okay, Bridget, I think you want to say something quick before I move on to go on.
Yeah. So you see, this is the other problem as well people are having, because people in the front line, the medical people, most of them are refusing it. So this has been a problem for ordinary people. If somebody in the front line can refuse it, what about somebody that is not, you understand? So this is the other thing as well, that obviously more debate needs to be going on, just like we're having this debate now, because somebody in the front line that knows the dangers can say no, and that's what is happening. And that's where I think they're coming up with rules now that it has to be compulsory for them, But yeah, it's good that we're having conversations.
Oh, thank you. Well, it's good we're having this conversation because last week I remember we hosted one of the scientists here who is in charge of the COVID-19 in the Gambia, and we're asking all sorts of questions about the vaccine and all that. And he break it down for us in a simple way. He said, "Listen," he said, "even my son," he said, "I told him," he said, "Oh, I'm not going to take the vaccine. The vaccine is this." So he said all kind of stories. He said to him, "Listen," he said, "Side," he said, "the only thing I'm telling you here now, yeah, is you've got 2 kids." He said, "Don't worry, when you die, I'll look after your kids." He said, "Don't take it." He said, "Don't take it." He said, "Don't take the vaccine, but I'll guarantee you one thing. When you die, I'll look after your kids and your wife." He said, "Simple." He said, "So you guys, if you want, take it. If you want, don't take it." He said, "Simple." He said, "You don't need to give yourself headache, you know." But I mean, everybody have got different ideas, different thoughts. Even me sitting down here, I mean, I don't know much about the vaccine and all that. But honestly, if they call me today because I've got underlying issue, I will not even think about it because I've been taking vaccines for God knows how long. So there's no need for me to question this one, whether it's effective or not. I know they will not give me something that will actually, I mean, cause harm to me. But it's not about me tonight. Let me bring in Mr. Sulaiman Jallo. Welcome to the show. Before I come to Josephus, Mr. Sulaiman, what's your take on this vaccine conversation? Are you do you actually have you taken the vaccine, or you're going to take it, or you don't want to take it?
I have taken the vaccine. I called my GP and they said,
wow,
they booked me, and I went there, and it's about 3 weeks now and no reaction. And
so you're fine, nothing has changed.
Yeah, I'm fine, and I'm going to take the 2nd dose without no fear.
Wow.
Because I believe all my hope and trust is to my God. So if God say I'm going to die by vaccine, whether I take it or not, it means will come for them to give it to me. Yes.
Right. Thank you for that. Thank you. Let me come to Josephus. Let's hear from you, sir. What's your take on the vaccine, sir?
Josephus. Yes, Josephus, go ahead.
Yes, sir. To be honest with you, I would say I can understand the concerns some of these anti-vaxxers have. Definitely, I can understand that, because historically, if you look at the historical facts about how medicines, in terms of the Western, have treated medicines to obviously victimize a black the population. But what I want to say, I said it to my own auntie, one of my own close auntie in the UK. The other day, they called her to go get a vaccine. And she was raising all these questions, or somebody sent a video about this. You know, these anti-vaxxers videos, these conspiracies they put online. They send it to her, and she starts saying, "Oh, I'm due to go take my vaccine tomorrow, but look what they sent me." I said, "Look, there was this video talking about changing the DNA, blah, 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 blah." And I said to her, I said, "Look, yeah," I say, "How old are you?" I say, you're not going to have any child anymore. You're way over 70, yeah? 60s going to 70. I say, so what profit is it going to be to them to change your DNA at the age of 60 plus 70? I say, so tell me. I say, if they offer me the vaccine today, I have no underlying issue or no underlying conditions. But if they offer me today, I will run and take it. Because the chances of you not dying from taking the vaccine is greater for the chances for you not taking the vaccine. So why do you want to risk get yourself in a harm's way? Because at the end of the day, you look at it on both sides. How many people have taken the vaccine so far? Over 17 point something million people. How many have died when they took the vaccine? Tell me. And she's like, "Oh, yeah, yeah." I said, you don't have a choice. You either risk it, and make sure when you risk it, some of us will just remember all these fun memories. But remember, you still have probably another 10, 20 years more to. Why do you want to risk it? And he said to me, "Hey, I'm picking a tweet it up." I said, you have to take it. You understand? So yeah. I understand the facts about this historical things. But one thing we need to understand, this is a crisis, yeah, a pandemic, and it disproportionately affect a black and minority people. Why do people still carry that sentiment of, oh, this vaccine will do this to me? What is the vaccine going to do to you? Understand, side effects, every medication has side effects, everything. Yeah.
Thank you. Thank you, Josephus. Thank you for that, for breaking down this this conspiracy theory that we all have been hearing about before even the vaccine came out. There were so many things going on and all that. But listen, thank God we've got, like 60%, 70% of people on this panel tonight have taken the vaccine. So they're sharing their own, ideas and their own experience. Thank God nobody not on monkey eats, I think you say. Why? Okay, let me bring in Sister Zainab Sise before I come to Lizzie. Sister Zainab, what's your take on the vaccine? Have you taken the vaccine, or you're still in the middle thinking of whether to take it or not? Sister Zainab, can you unmute, please?
Yeah, I've took it.
Oh, okay.
I have no issues at all.
Wow, okay.
The problem with this vaccine is the fear that they put on people before the vaccine was out. I don't blame people who are scared to take it right now. There was a lot of videos going on trying to scare people not to take this vaccine because of what is going to happen to them. So I was one person who was in a denial of not taking it. But when I look at the rate of the people that they mentioned, the key workers, and I ask myself in Creole, I say, for say this government, they hate the police them. For say this government, they key workers them when I did not they want to kill them all. Yes. This was the question I was asking, even the children.
So that boosts your confidence.
Yes. That is the main thing that boosts my confidence. And then one day, my manager posted something on our group. That audio actually analyzed the reason why the vaccine was so fast and why the vaccine, you're supposed to take the vaccine. And he posted another thing again in the hospital when people are saying goodbyes to their loved ones. That actually triggered me. I said, no, this is a wake-up call for me. I need to do something. But my main thing that pushed me is asking myself, did Boris Johnson hate the police? What about the nurses who are the key workers, the NHS? How comes they want to kill all of them? So I am going to take it. So I actually went Valentine's Day. I took my vaccine as my Valentine gift. And when I was going, I said, I am going to take the word of Jesus. I was even playing loud music on the car, praise and worship. I was in the mood. I said, whatever that will happen, will happen. I am not taking a vaccine, but the blood of Jesus. So I went and get it. And here I am, ready for the second dose.
Right. Well done. Well done. Thank you for that. Thank you. Why? Let me come to our beautiful sister Lizzie before I come to Zainu. Lizzie, what's your take on this vaccine? Have you taken the vaccine, or you're still thinking? Lizzie, yeah, go on.
So do I need to talk?
Oh yes, definitely. We want to hear your own story. Have you taken the vaccine or not?
Yeah, I did almost 3 weeks now. This Saturday will be 3 weeks, I'll say. I did on the 29th, yeah. I was offered it like about 3-4 days before that because I work in education, so we're privileged to be offered. And when the offer came, I grabbed it. And where I work in my school, the younger kids, I call them, the younger staff, they were trying to convince us not to take it. Up to the dying minute, they were saying, don't go and take it. You won't have a child, you won't this, you're gonna turn to this will happen to you, that will happen, this. I say, if you are not taking it, you better just keep quiet. I'm going for mine. Mind your business. Do your own thing. Most of the young ones, they didn't take it. That is 25 coming down. And I said, I'm going for it. I did. I had no regrets. I am fine. I am well. I only had a heavy arm the day they did the vaccine. That is because I didn't take paracetamol. And when I took my paracetamol, I'm fine. I'm looking forward to the second dose.
So
and
you're
with
still
all
fine?
This, I'm
Everything
still
is still
fine.
okay?
Everything is okay. Everything is alive. I could see little smiling there.
Are you sure when you came home, when you were sleeping, your husband were not looking at you, see if Lizzie will turn to something else?
No. You see, it's just what because just now. I was fast asleep. I only woke up that day like 6:30 in the morning because my arm was sore. And I said, let me take paracetamol. I took the paracetamol. I was fine. And when I went back to work the Monday, this young girl said, did you take it? Any symptoms? I said, if I had any symptoms, I would have been home by now. I said, look at me and you rolling. And today, one or two of them met me and they said, I think I've made up my mind. I'm going to take it. And I encouraged them. I said, go for it. They are not going to kill us. We are not guinea pigs. I said, it's better to take it. I said, now you can go to people with the hope that you won't get them infected or to transmit the thing. I said, if I fall sick now, I'm going to bounce back. I said, some of you will just die like that and we'll go for your funeral.
Thank you for that. Thank you.
Yeah, because most of the people talking all this kind of, I call it rubbish, it's those that haven't taken it. They look at these videos and these videos just disturb their minds. And they are
no, but I think some people just want to have more clarity, more facts before they
That's what they
take.
said. They said the vaccine just came. They haven't had proof. They haven't had more this, that. It's new. How come a vaccine is not even a year? And they said it works. I said, well, we are trying an error. I said, I know it will work. And I'm fine. And I'm looking forward to my second dose.
Thank you, Sister Lizzie.
I encourage people as well to go for it. If you're offered, please make good use of it. Let's forget about the conspiracy theories.
Thank you. Okay, let me bring in our brother now. Mr. Zinu, how are you, sir? What's your take, sir?
Well, I'm just going to go by the science. I'm going to go with the science. I'm going to follow research because it has been my guide all my life. Well, all my adult life. So I believe in the efficacy of the vaccines. I believe in the research because coming from my background, there's a lot of misnomer around technology, the expediency involving in the production of the vaccine. And it is not something that can easily be explained in a day, unfortunately. Because this is very vague and ambiguous comparison between an offend vaccine for cancer all these years, an offend vaccine for AIDS all these years. How come the offend vaccine for coronavirus in a year? Well, the technology and the platform that they're using to incubate a section of the virus itself to produce a vaccine is somehow different to what they had in the 80s when the AIDS epidemic came about. So technology has evolved. There's a lot of disruptive technology now. So that's technology on top of another technology that make things easier and expedient with real-time results and real-time fail-safe mechanisms and real-time what we call direct access failure. So if you get it wrong, you can see that you got it wrong. But whilst you've got it wrong, there will be a list of things that will come about on your diagnosis. When you go back to diagnosis system, there'll be a list of things that will come about to tell you, this is what you did wrong. That's what you did wrong. and that accumulates to that, and that transforms into that, and that equals that. And so it simplifies the process. It makes the process available and accessible to everyone, but it simplifies it. So you can now have that data and go back and redo and start the research again and then justify your findings. So it is totally different. But the good thing about it is we always have to look at how desperation is some of the factors that allow humans to expedite a lot of the technologies that's come about. Vaccine have played a great deal in our lives, from rubella to measles to polio to tuberculosis, EP1, EP2. But also, we have to take into account that people have, especially Black people, because I don't really like to use the general term of BME, because when we segment everything as a segment, as a special group, Blacks have been through a lot. We went through a lot. And we have people have legitimate reasons not to trust the process, not to trust the system. Because when you take into account that from slavery, experiments have been carried on Blacks without their consent up to the 60s, up to 1975, the Tuskegee experiments. And so we do have the evidence to be apprehensive and be cautious somewhat. But there has to be a level of education out there to say, this time round, this vaccine is actually produced by a company that's led by Black people. Some of the research analysts and research teams, the scientists that are involved in coming up with this vaccine are Black and African, and majority of them West Africans. So we have to draw a correlation with commonality. So if you look like me, you speak like me, you're me sort of situation or scenario. So we can better educate our people and let them understand that, yes, you have every right to be afraid. And if you choose not to take it, then don't. But if you do choose not to take it, do so, knowing fully well that you're responsible for your own life and the lives of the people that you're closest to. And do not, I reiterate, put someone else's life at risk because of your decision. And that is why I will stop short of saying selfish, because there is legitimate reasons for people not to take it. But I think we really have to make a concerted effort to educate people. And we have to break everything down. The scientists have to come down from the scientific pedestal and be a common man and break these terminologies down and let them know the word efficacy. What does that mean? Okay? Mutating cells. What is the definition of that? Attachments. What is the definition of that? White and red blood cells. What is the definition of that? Fighting and remultiplying. What is the definition of that? Okay, so I'm from West Africa. I go and I get this knowledge. I should be able to come to my people and vernacularize it, patois it, talk in patois, talk Creole, and talk vernacular and make people understand all these things and why these things and why it's working.
Thank you, Mr. Zeno. Thank you very much. Thank you for that brief summary there. I think you just don't explain to the common man for understand. Now I'll now bring in DJ Little, aka the Moses, for the for the last segment of the show tonight. Over to you, aka DJ Little.
Okay. Apologies. Thank you for that.
DJ Ish and everyone in the panel, I do
Always
apologize.
makes the science
I have
look
a
so simple.
simultaneous
He simplifies it. He modernizes it.
thing going on and people are calling me. I'm
Makes
sorry.
it bite size.
Okay, no, that's fine.
Literally bite size for the years. But I want to say it's been very, very informed, and I'm glad we have this program because we get to hear not from the, even though we've got healthcare professionals here and other key workers as well. Nobody's kind of representing their professionalism, so to speak. They're just here to share their own stories, like just the normal person itself. So I'm here. I'm a healthcare professional person, but I'm not here to talk to you about the profession which I represent, which is in infection prevention. I'm just telling you my story, or other people that are here, Maria too, and you got everybody else that is here within their profession are not actually representing. They're just here sharing their common stories, and genuinely, and we've seen, I kind of like what Zeno said, that even those who are anti-vaxxers have got a very genuine reason for being an anti-vaxxer. And what needs to be done is about taking away the complicating languages of the sciences, removing it and using local vernacular. So, for example, and we hear a lot and we see a lot in the news where you see the work that is being done within the Asian community, especially that of the Bangladeshi and the Pakistan community. These are communities that have been severely affected by the coronavirus itself. However, they've found out that that's one of the most areas where the challenge of the uptake of the vaccine has almost like less than 5% uptake of the coronavirus. And just imagine where you have an 85% death rate in coronavirus, and then you only have like 5% compliance. And you're thinking, hang on a minute, should these people not be the first people to be like 100%? But guess what? They're having to manage their own mindset, their concept, whether it's tradition, whether it's religion, for whatever reasons, these people, whether it's what Zeno said based on experiences, trials which have been done on the Black, Asian, and minority ethnics, and so on and so forth. You've seen uptakes being so low, but yet, you understand, I want to bring this back into our Sierra Leone community in this second segment, and I want us to discuss the conversation or the communication with Boris Johnson, the Prime Minister of Great Britain, put out tonight. I'm looking at the 4 steps into easing lockdown as to how we can return to normality. But first of all, to the panelists, if we can be brief, please. Just let's tell, are we as Sierra Leoneans, in your opinion, based on those who you know around you, guys and ladies, I'm just asking you, based on those who you know around you, if you could just be brief, have you had anybody who's a vaxxer or who's an anti-vaxxer, and have they given you any genuine reason? So this time you're not talking about yourself, you're talking about the person that you know, the people that you know. Why have they been an anti-vaxxer, and or are they vaccinated, and what challenges have they faced? So we can, Ish, you can just go around the house and we can just be brief, and then we can move into our third and final segment where we can look at the 4 steps into easing lockdown in the UK. So I'll just again kick off with Maria too. Again, just so if you know anybody around you who's been a vaxxer or an anti-vaxxer, and what have they said to you personally and for their reason?
I know both have been anti and have taken it. Like, I was against taking the vaccine, but then because of my job and obviously having very young children, I did my research. I spoke to people that have taken vaccines, professionals and non-professionals, and actually they gave me a breakdown of it. But I read up on the different types of vaccines. And also when I knew what I was taking, I read up more into the Pfizer vaccine, which I took. And just really telling people about it, like one of my aunts, that when I drove her to go and take it, she was against it. She didn't want to take it, absolutely didn't want to take it at all. And she had underlying health issues. So I spoke to her about it. I said, go and speak to other people and do your research. So when it was offered to her, straight, she said, babes, I have got my appointment, take me. And thankfully, if you can just encourage just one person, you're potentially saving someone's life, and so on and so on. So, yeah.
Well done. Thank you.
Why?
Bring somebody else in the room.
Yeah. Zain, do you know anybody, anyone around you that is refusing or don't want to take it, that have got concerns? Just brief, please.
Give me 1 second. Like I said, I'm in simultaneous Zoom. Just give me a second. Let me just mute this one, please.
All right, let me go.
No, it's okay. It's done. I could speak. What it is this. Okay, we have to look at. We're throwing the word around a lot. Anti, for, against, whatever it is. I'm going to repeat myself. There's legitimate reasons and the fear for people to take and not take. If you have compromised your immune system, say for example, you're on chemo, God forbid, okay? You don't really have the immune system to withstand anything anymore. Can you hear me? Can you guys hear me?
Yes.
Okay. If you're on certain medications, there's going to be concern for interactions with these vaccines. So you will be exempt until such time where it's deemed fit for you to come back and take the vaccine without no ramifications to your health. You understand? So there's anomalies. There's a lot of different variables why your GP will advise not to take it, or wait, or just don't even worry about it. Okay? We'll put things in place for you not to catch the virus. And if you do catch the virus, we'll mitigate it in time for you not to rapidly deteriorate to a point where you'll be incubated or you lose your life. You understand? So hence the concerted effort in actually telling people, certain groups of people, to stay home. Don't go out, completely stay home. The government has made provisions for you to have things bought for you from supermarkets to be delivered, and so on and so forth. You would have been on your PIP, you would be on your employment and support allowance, you'll be in the system, you'll be known to your GP, your medical history will be prevalent to them. You understand?
Yeah,
so,
okay.
But what it is this, okay? So the word anti-vaxxers is really loose, because I think this is the only terminology that's out there for people that don't want to take it. And no one is going to come and tell you, well, the reason we make no one for take I already have something that can't be cured, and I'm on antiretroviral, for example. I'm on chemo. I repeat, I'm on vitamin E. I'm on boosters. You understand? I'm on such and such and such. No one is going to tell you that. No one is going to tell you that. Okay? It is something else. Anitikam. No, it's okay. Mineditikam. Unatikam. Mineditikam. But he's not going to tell you, or she's not going to tell you why you need to take up. So that's why we have to be very careful with the word anti-vaxxers.
Thank you, thank you,
Zeno,
thank you very much for that.
Ongoing issues before this.
Thank you,
There were major issues going on with people's health before this came about.
Thank you, Zeno.
You understand?
Thank you very much for that. Thank you very much for that brief explanation there. I can bring now Zainab Sise. Can you you know anybody around you area or your friend where actually they refuse, where actually no one take their vaccine? Just briefly, please.
Yes. My husband now one.
Okay. So you don't encourage them for take up, you encourage them?
Oh yes, but he say he want do proper research before ever he go take them. And we not a push him. Everybody gets your opinion. Even now, place no, then give contempt letter. No one is gonna force you to say yes. So you have to be ready for it. So I'm just waiting for him to get ready for it.
Okay, thank you very much. Why? That brings me back to Magdalene. I know you've got lots of friends around you and all that. And do you know anyone that actually is on the same boat as you, that is still thinking, processing whether I want to take it, whether I want to know if this thing is working or 100%? Do you really know anyone?
Well, I'll say pretty much I've got all of my friends. None of them have actually had the vaccine. All my friends, those ones that we went to the same universities, even those that we are working together, they said they're not ready yet. You know, they just want to see how effective it is before they can actually have it. Yeah, so we are pretty much in the same boat, really. We're still contemplating of whether or not we should take it. But at the moment, none of my friends are willing to have it at the moment. None of them at all.
So even when DJ Little have taken his one, so it's still you're still not convinced.
Well, I hear for him, yes, because he's part of infection control. So yeah, got no choice. They're literally force him to take it.
All right, thank you, Maggie, thank you. Well, Bridget, over to you. I know you're thinking, well, obviously, I mean, you want to speak to your GP, you want to find out more things about the vaccine and all that. Do you know anyone that is in the same boat as you?
I know people are saying a lot. Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah, and like I said before, these are people in the medical profession as well. So, you know, but like somebody said before, it's what has gone on before. You know, that's why people are scared. So until they calm down, like he's saying, come down to the people and speak in their own language so you can educate people, you know, and give them that assurance, you know. It's difficult, but people are working in hospital and they're telling me some things. I'm like, are you for real? And you work with these people, you're ready to take the money, you know, you go out there, even give vaccine to other people, but you're saying to me you cannot take the vaccine, you know, because of so and so, and you're in the medical profession. But you can't blame them. It's what has been embedded with all these videos going around. So, you know, but there's lots of people. For me, I don't listen to those things. Like I said, I just need more information and then I'll go for it. Yeah, but I know people, yeah.
Okay, thank you.
Yeah.
Can I bring in a BCB? What's your take? BC, if you can unmute, please.
Just give me a second.
Okay, whilst...
That's fine. Fine.
Yeah, BC. Okay, whilst we're waiting for BC to respond, can I bring in Vincent, please? Vincent, are you there?
Yes.
Okay.
For me, I have come across, I think the most annoying people I've come across are those that say, in no uncertain terms, those that say COVID does not exist. To the point that I had to say to somebody, well, I will invite you to come to work with me and go into the community and deal with a sudden death. When before COVID, you'll have maybe 1 or 2 a week, we were having like 2, 3 per day. I say, you tell me it doesn't exist. And the person started sending me a lot of messages about what they're saying and stuff like that. And I was just like, you go and do your research. If you're doing research to find all these anti-vaxxers and stuff to send to people, I'm sure you can do some research to educate yourself. And most of the argument is pretty much one-sided, to the point that I decided, actually, I do not want to speak to you anything around COVID. You make up your own mind as to whether you're taking it or not, and I've left here as that. But I've come across a few people who say COVID does not exist.
Wow. Okay. Thank you. Thank you for that. Thank you. HB, what's your take? HB, if you can unmute, please. Yeah, thank you.
Hi. Actually, my mom, she hasn't taken the vaccine yet.
Oh.
But my younger brother, he has sickle cell and asthma.
Okay.
He has taken his second dose already.
Wow.
So
Okay.
I would say my mom, not yet.
So are you still trying to convince her to take it?
Why do you think your mom hasn't?
She's scared. That's the reason. She's
she's
scared
just naturally just scared. And as a family, knowing that you have your younger sibling who has got underlying health issues, have you yourself or your brother not tried to convince her and give her that assurance? And by the way, before asking that question, just going back to what Zinu has said and what Bridget has said, is your mom over the age of 70 or is she just under 70 years old?
Yeah, she's under 70. She's about 60 something.
Okay.
Yeah. But I've tried
Okay,
to
that's
speak to her for her to take the vaccine. But she's strong-headed, to be honest.
And are those reasons which she's giving out there without personalizing this, are they genuinely just based on fear, or is it based on her traditional beliefs, or is it just based on the fact that she's somebody that is just out there receiving so many inundated social media messages which are either misinformed communication, or is it just purely down to the fact that she's reluctant to take the vaccine, if I could just be blunt like that?
She's not on social media, to be honest, but I think the main reason is fear.
Okay.
Thank you very much.
Thank you. Why, Sister Lizzie? So what's your take? Do you have anyone around you, anyone that you know that is actually refusing or still thinking, processing, even though you've convinced them to give them the assurance that, listen, this thing works? Do you still have people who are very militant?
Yes, I still have people, loads, that said they were not going to take it, or they will take it later in a year or two, that they haven't got enough information, they are not convinced because of things basically they read online and all the videos. They are saying that the vaccine was like done within a year, so it's not like enough information, not enough science. They don't trust the vaccine. Some of them, of course, say there is no COVID. They use the word that it's earth, it's not real. The pharmaceutical companies want to make money. Some people say they want to eat the COVID money, all sort of rubbish. Like, it's not real.
Wow,
and
okay.
let us take the vaccine and they will follow us in years to come. Yeah, you can't convince them.
Okay, thank you. Over to you, DJ Little, to actually bring in the very last part of the show.
Yeah, thank you very much for that, Ish and the rest of our panelists. It's been amazing so far. We're going to move on to the final segment now, and we want to continuously thank you guys for all your patience and your endeavors for being here. We're going to try and wrap up the program, but we need to deal with the last segment because obviously tonight we've had from the Prime Minister of Great Britain, Boris Johnson, who will set out the 4-step plans in terms of easing or releasing us, the UK and Ireland, out of the lockdown, and which we're all hopeful for, because one of the key things that we want to be seeing is returning lives into normality or some form of normality. And if most of us did follow up on the news throughout the day today, that was the news which had come through from Westminster itself before the official national announcement on the lockdown. We will see that there is hope. There is hope at the there is a light at the end of the tunnel. There is an expectation that if we are to be more compliant with the government guidelines which have been set, or we are
to be more compliant as in terms of the uptake of the vaccine. Because one of the key things we don't want to see is once we've got to 17.7 million and rising, and then we got to a stage where let's just assume 20 million people in the UK got vaccinated, and suddenly we have no more people that are interested in being vaccinated, then we see people start breaking down or start not to become more compliant with the rules and regulations that are being set. Then we might start seeing the increase in the R rate going up again, getting to that 1 and above 1, which will mean a spike in the infection. So we want to be seen to be following up and adhering to the government guidelines and the rules and regulations. But for this segment, I want to just bring it to our panelists that just to refresh and recap, there are 4 steps which the government has set so that we can return to some form of normality. And one of these steps being obviously schools are going back, the children are going to go back to schools, but also breaking it down, secondary school children will be allowed to wear masks for a period of time. And then we'll see things like outdoor gatherings of either 6 people or 2 households will be allowed. And then outdoor sports, including football and so on, will be allowed from the 29th of March. And then step 2, we see that the shops like hairdressers, look at my hair. When I see me and I'm there, you understand?
Join the club, join the club.
You know what I mean? I think the best way to go is to follow through my hair to DJ Ish. I may just have to go down that road. It's easier. Last month, I had to get my in-law to come in and do my hair on my head. Because, oh man, like, the good thing is at work, this is the good thing why I love being around my Caucasian family. When the white people see my hair, they say, boy, Abdul, your hair looks so nice. What have you done to it? I said, bumper mine. They said, what? I said, bumper mine. They said, what is bumper mine? I said, you take the permine, you warm on the fire, the end of the permine, then you rub and you after you don't wash it. They said, really? I said, yes. He said, oh my goodness, can I have that cream, please? I said, it's only the black and ethnic minorities. He said, oh, okay. That's the reason why. Let's move on. So, like I said, so I'm looking forward to getting back to Flox's barbershop. Please, please, please. I'm trying to open up, and the gym will be open. That's not interested to us because we've maintained our fitness and well-being on the countdown, on the Diaspora Voices. Mahatu, you're aware of that, and all that. You understand? Also, hospitality will be reopening from the 12th of April, and outdoor hospitality will resume, as well as the parks. And again, we're no strangers to that. We're doing it in a social distance way. We're very, very compliant with the government guidelines. And also, for step 3, we see which will be on the 17th of May. And then from the 17th of May, we'll see all social contact rules lifted, as well as limited mixing indoors. So this now that for can want this people, then we have to understand by that time the Ramadan go down. It doesn't mean that we're going to start getting carried away, because a lot of people, Ramadan will start for us at least on the 12th or the 13th, God willing, and then we'll be finishing again around the 10th or the 11th. So then when the can say, Apoka open bush. Well, there will be no open bush because you understand, you still need to be conversant, you still need to be compliant with the government's rules and regulations. So this is not the opportunity for those who can't flank the rules. So from the 17th of May, just mix it up with social contact and rules lifted. So they're illegal party then, and then host party them, or inside their restaurant, they put more people them. We'll be keeping an eye on you. Me, I go port bank, so when I write my name down, I'm not a grasser, I'm just here to save lives. So if you see they do the wrong thing, I go port. You know what I mean? I will port. Anyway, let's move on. So we see that the Prime Minister hopes that by step 4, where it will be the 21st of June, you understand, we'll be expecting to see hopefully the announcement of not the end of lockdown, so to speak, but all legal limitations on social contact will be lifted up. So that's, we need to get excited, because that's the word where some of these WhatsApp news broadcasters or social media news broadcasters will say, yeah, but by the 21st of June, man, all man go begin to begin bring people back and then party them. You understand it? No. That's not what they're saying. Please, my people, the government is not saying that. What the government is saying, hopefully by then, because we may, if we're not compliant, return to some form of lockdown. And we don't want that at all. We want to go back to normality. So for that reason, we want to see compliance. So if I reach there, I just want our panelists just to give your views.
What do you think about the 4 steps? Does that bring hope to your life, or to one's life, or does that bring hope to society, or is this something that could have been done earlier, or do you think Boris Johnson is being too overly cautious or too hasty in his decision? Again, we'll kick off with our first speaker, which is Maria. If I could bring you in to just comment on that. Do you think BJ is being overly cautious or too hasty in his decision? In summary, please.
I think no matter what Boris Johnson does, he's always going to get criticized. For me, I think it's a step in the right direction. It gives you hope. We all need to live life again, but in a safe way, steady. So then 4 stages in the way don't put, it's good for me. You know, not to all team for opening up once. You know, life will go back to normal straight away. No, slowly. Hopefully, if we all comply and things hopefully will get back to some sort of normality, make our own normality. So I'm up for that.
Thank you. Let's hear from Zainab Sisay, please.
I think Boris Johnson is doing the right thing. I stand by him. The more tighten the community, the more the virus is going to finish. And for the main thing is encouraging people to be vaccinated. So that's the right thing he's doing. So I support him.
And you're looking forward to get the kids out of the house.
Oh, yes. I'm enjoying them, you know. It's fun having them around me.
Thank you. Well, Elizabeth, what's your take? Lizzie. All right, let me bring in Bridget.
Yeah. It's a good idea. I want my child to go back to school. You know, they're losing out so much. They need to be in that environment where they can learn better. So, and it's good that he's pacing it out. So it's not one go. So whilst they're doing that, if they see any changes, they can always do what they have to do. So it's good because there is light at the end of the tunnel anyway. We can't go on living like this. We need to go out there, you know, because just sitting at home for some people, it's caused them so much stress, you know. So if you're able to go out there and meet other people, you know, it's good, you know. I need to dance anyway. You guys know me. I need to dance. Damn good dance, man.
It doesn't stop you. Do a lot of dancing in your house, Bridget.
Listen, don't get involved.
Okay.
You're ready to snitch on me because I need a party, man.
I'll be putting you.
All right, let me bring you Magdalene. Why do you think the government is making the right decision in easing down the lockdown bit by bit? Maggie.
Yeah. Hello?
Yeah, go on.
Yes, I think that's a brilliant idea though. Like just exactly for the fact that the lockdown, I mean, how do I say even? It's gonna be like within the next 4-month period. I think it's absolutely brilliant rather than just, you know, just allowing everything just to go back to normality like that, which I think can actually increase the rate of infection as well. I think it's a brilliant idea. At least we know that if this particular sector, like obviously schools are going back to normal on Monday, I mean on the 8th, you know, and then they'll assess the situation within the next month, and then obviously as a gradual process, you know, you see how effective it's going to be. I think it's a brilliant idea rather than just rushing into it. It's absolutely great.
So you're looking forward to June, for your summer holiday?
Oh yeah, well, I mean, I'm not really planning yet to go. Now, I'm actually looking forward to that quality, you know, wherein I can actually go places, you know, just say, okay, wow, let me go and eat. Let me feel free, sit in a restaurant and eat, or, you know, just probably go cinema, all those sort of things that I haven't done for like ages. You know, I'm looking forward to that. But holiday, not yet. Because
okay. All right. Vincent, so what's your take briefly, please? Vincent, what's your take?
For me, I think Bojo is going in the right direction. I think we've been on lockdown for far too long, and slowly easing us back in is pretty much good. However, right through the lockdown, we've been having a lot of UMEs, so the unlicensed music events, and it's the young ones who are doing it. They are very much callous. So we still need to be careful because they're still having all these house parties and warehouse parties and stuff like that. So we may or may not succeed. I don't know. You will never ever get it right or wrong in these situations, and you will never ever please everybody. Some will say it's too early, some will say it's too late, but I think he's going in the right direction.
Okay, thank you. Well,
thank you.
DJ Little, I'll allow you to bring in some other panelists as well, or if you want anything to add.
Yes. So I don't know whether BCB is around. BCB, are you still around? And please feel free to share your thoughts. Is Bojo being hasty in his decision, or is he going the right direction as all the other speakers have said? Okay, let's see. BCB, okay. Let's hear from Brother Zinu. Brother Zinu, and do you think Bojo is going in the right direction, or is he just being hasty in his decision?
I think first let me apologize because I'm in simultaneous Zooms, please. So I'll be brief, but I'm begging to forgive me. I think there's a very serious reason behind the government, making this decision. If you look at what's going on, the trend in the world is economies are going down. Financial institutions are broken. They're not coming back. A lot of them will not come back up. So at some point in time, the decision has to be made for people to assume some form of normalcy, just so people can eat, where a lot of people have followed. Now, this money, it's not money that the government generated. It's money that the government borrowed. Okay? And the government borrowed this money on interest, and the government also have to earn. If we're not working, if industries are not working, people are not paying taxes, customs and duties and so forth. Especially now we're not really part of the EU as such. We need every angle of finances. Our MSIs have to be in tandem with what our financial projections are for the year. Don't forget, the white elephant in the room is we have the NHS, which is solely funded by government. So we have to open, unfortunately. Regardless of anything, we have to open. Now, they have mitigated the vaccines. It's fast. Actually, we're number one in terms of processing. Our echo chain is really perfect. It's almost to 100%. Okay, our deliveries are also almost to 100%. For the very first time in history, the government has kept to their word and promises and everything, because we had first say, because we ordered first, and then we also contribute to research for 3 or 4 different providers. Okay, so we have to open, or it'll be bad, because we don't really have the structure to hang on to or latch on to, or someone to bail us out anymore, because everyone seems to be in the same situation. So economies have to put their countries first. So we have to open. However, the decision to engage fully has to be individual. That decision has to be solely. It has to be you. You have to look at yourself, look at your health, weigh your health records, okay? And decide how you want to re-engage.
Well, thank you, Brother Zinu. Thank you very much. Thank you very much for that. Thank you. Once again, I just want to say a big thank you to all our panelists for actually making the effort tonight, for sharing your thoughts and views, and to encourage other people to actually look at the end of the tunnel, to actually see the light out there, to make sure that they take the vaccine. It's the only way out, you know. Thank you. But before I round up, I'll actually allow DJ Little to just give a summary of the whole program. Over to you, DJ Little.
Thank you very much. I want to say to all our panelists, we want to thank you greatly for actually taking your time to come out and share this wonderful platform and share your story with us. We're really and truthfully grateful that you've chosen Diaspora Voices to share your stories. And we hope that you can return again. And as we tend to return to normality or some form of normality, you can continue to revisit Diaspora Voices and tell your stories of your loved ones and yourselves as well. So we're looking forward to. Don't forget, you can always follow us on Diaspora Voices on all our social media platforms, where we will be rebroadcasting the programs on YouTube, on Diaspora Voices YouTube, as well as Diaspora Voices SL on YouTube. And the program will also be available on our Facebook page, which is Diaspora Voices SL. And we hope that tonight, for all our viewers and our contributors on Facebook as well, that you've been well informed. And we hope that even though some of you may not have come out there and share your stories, you'll be able to learn from today's session and try to convince anybody. I am reluctant to use the word anti-vaxxers because I'm cautious that Zeno is here and he's going to police me. So I'm not going to use anti-vaxxers, but those who have justified reason for not taking the vaccine for now, I'm hoping that we'll find some kind of rationale as to why they need to take the vaccine. And obviously, we're not talking about people who have got underlying health conditions that have genuine reason not to take the vaccines. But if you are fit and well and able, and you're a frontline worker, you're a key worker, you're in health sector, and you feel that somebody has told you to not take the vaccine because of something that you've not done your own research, my advice to you is do what Maria to have said. Go out there, carry on your own research, put in your own work. They said the greatest way to insult, and this is just a saying that has been going, and we've grown up listening to that kind of saying, the greatest way to insult, so to speak, the black man is to put it in black and white. And I think we need to move away from those kind of narratives, because I find it very condescending as a black man, because I enjoy reading. I like doing my own research. I don't like, and one of the key things that made me stand out in what I do, in not only in my community, in everything that I've done in my life, I believe I'm not defined by others. I am defined by me. And I think as individuals, we need to be learned to be very, very definitive by ourselves and what we stand for. So if you have a valid reason for not being vaccinated at this point in time, that may be well truly towards your own, playing towards your strength. Equally, don't say because DJ Ish is my best friend, he's the person that is, when he's ready to leave his wife, he's going to come and marry me. Is that not so Ish? You understand? So that's because whatever Ish says, I have to go by it, or vice versa. Whatever DJ Little says, Ish has to go by it. Bridget, are you surprised? It's only a matter of 10 years from now, Ishmael and I are going to get married. So why not? It's a world news. And that's this part of the show tonight is going to be the most shared part of the show. You're going to see people are going to edit that part. When I don't edit, tell you to say Ishmael they married. Because that's what we get their fancy. Anything that is that does not make sense in the Selenian man's life or Selenian person's life is what they will share. So this part, just this 1 minute part where I don't talk, so 30 seconds, when I watch it, they can go viral. Before the show, they don't. All the 2 hours that we spent talking about something very concrete and very valid about the program will not go viral. The Selenian man or woman now sitting there is going to screenshot and re-record that section, say, yeah, una sidon, they married inside Syria. Well, then, you know what, that shows how small-minded we are. But guess what? We have an unbreakable relationship, and that's how it should be. Thank everybody again. So Ishmael, I don't embarrass you people. So if a man can go red, Ishmael would have gone red right now. So if I reach there, thanks to all our panelists. Good night, God bless, and
thank you guys.
And giving a world record news. Can't see Palava.
Why? Thank you guys. Thank you, and good night. Thank you.
Ishmael is in a hurry to run off the program. Please, ladies and gentlemen, stay blessed. Continue to watch the program. We're here for you guys. And we want to thank you.
Take care, guys. See you all soon.
Yeah, bye.
Bye.
Thank you so much. Stay blessed, people. Don't forget, we're here 24 hours a day, 7 days a week.
I know one problem. 2021, all I need, give me success. 2021, I know one problem. 2021, all I need, give me good health. 2020 something about year, I thank God I survived here. 2021 will be my own year. Please Lord, hear my own cry. I wanna be the head, not the tail. Lord, please bless me with the grace I expect from nobody. Lord, please be my own body. I dey pray for well body, amen. I dey pray for boku money, amen. I dey pray for go overseas, amen. All my enemies go shame for me, amen. I dey pray for well body, amen. I dey pray for boku money, amen. I dey pray for go overseas, amen. All my enemies go shame for me, amen. 2021, I know one problem. 2021, all I need, give me success. 2021, I know one problem. 2021, all I need, give me good health. Lord have mercy, I don't want problem. Lord have mercy, I don't want trouble. Problem go away, trouble go away, sickness go away, Jamfa go away. This year I must make up. This year I must grab me on Range Rover. This year the show go right. This year I must go overseas. Lord have mercy, Lord have mercy, Lord have mercy, Lord have mercy, oh yeah. 2021, I know one problem. 2021, all I need, give me success. 2021, I know one problem. 2021, all I need, give me good health. 2020 something about year, I thank God I survived there. 2021 will be my own year. Please Lord, hear my own cry. I wanna be the head, not the tail. Lord, please bless me with the grace I expect from nobody. Lord, please be my own body.
COVID-19, especially the new variant, is spreading quickly across the country. This puts many people at risk of serious disease and is placing a lot of pressure on our NHS. Once more, we must all stay home. If it is essential to go out, remember, wash your hands, cover your face indoors, and keep your distance from others. Vaccines give clear hope for the future, but for now, we must all stay home, protect the NHS, save lives.